Hi guys, today we're going to be going over my finance routine, specifically what I do leading up to payday and on payday. So my payday is around the time when like a lot of financial transactions happen, but I'm always thinking about my finances like on a daily basis. So in that way, I'm always like planning for what I'm going to do with my money when payday comes up. In preparation for this video in particular, I made a note and I have all the things that I want to go through with you guys, as well as what I want to do for myself. So we'll go through that as well. First thing that I do in regards to payday or leading up to it is I log into my payroll and look at my paycheck. So it's usually available a couple days before the actual payday, so I can use the amount of money that I anticipate or that I'm going to be getting to plan out my financial transactions. Depending on what's happening for the month, this particular month, I have a few things going on, and I will make a note that my payday is only once a month. So in some ways it makes it easier for budgeting, but in some ways it doesn't, because you only get money once a month versus like continuously throughout the month. But since I had a few things going on, I made a spreadsheet just because I wanted the numbers to be calculated automatically. So I have this based on my variable checking account, which is where I do most of my spending. And if you want to see more about my budgeting process, which involves my checking accounts, I have videos for that as well. But for this particular paycheck, based on my variable checking account, we're starting off with the starting balance in the account, how much I'm going to be getting paid into that account, and then those two numbers combined equal the available balance. Then I would like to pay my credit cards, so I am paying the statement balance or whatever is due for that particular month or the upcoming month. And then additionally, I need to transfer some money over because I'm trying to get a bonus that is being offered in my savings account. So I need to transfer some money from my account to that account to get the bonus. So we'll talk about that more. Other things that I'm doing, I have savings. Those are mostly automatic, but I want to make sure that, or I want to take into account the fact that they are going to be coming out of my account, because whatever is left over is what I'm going to be effectively living on for the next month until my other paycheck. So following all of those withdrawals, I have a balance. So from that balance, I determine how much I want to have left in my paycheck account. So for this month, I would like to have at least $1,000 in that account. And then after that is accounted for, then that determines what I can put towards my not as important savings. So savings that aren't a priority, and that would be luxury. I also am trying to build up a spending account for when I want to make purchases that are larger than my paycheck would allow per month. But because I made a purchase in the luxury category, I'm going to start saving up for it now. I purchased it this month, but because of the way the credit card works, or the credit card statement dates, it won't be due until next month or maybe even the month afterward. So I want to make sure I have money set aside for it when it comes due. And then the ending balance, which should be zero after all those things are accounted for. So going over to my handy dandy note, the first thing you're going to see is that I had an American Express bill due. That's from my platinum card, and I already paid it. It was due effectively around the same day that I got paid. So I already made that payment. That was around $703. So now we're going to move on to some other things that we need to pay. So I have several credit cards here, but the only one that has a bill due other than Amex is my Chase Sapphire Reserve. So we will just ignore the rest. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and log into Chase, and we'll go ahead and pay the balance that is due for that particular credit card. So the reason there isn't any money on my other credit cards is because I just got the American Express Platinum, and I've been trying to meet the minimum spend in order to get the bonus. I've been putting all my spending on the American Express. I'm basically almost there. I think I have about $500 left. So after that, then I will keep on using my other credit cards because they get a higher cashback amount or point amount than the American Express does, based on my spending patterns anyway. But I did end up using my Chase Sapphire Reserve like when I went traveling, because maybe like a quarter of the places that I went to use my card did not take American Express. So I ended up using my Sapphire Reserve, which is fine with me because it tends to get more points for for travel, like you get more points for food and of course spending on travel, whereas the Amex you have to specifically pay for things out of their portal in order to get the most amount of points, and their portal, the prices on their portal are not very good, so yeah, it's not very good in terms of accumulating point is what I've found so far, and effectively knew from the get-go. But let's get back to paying our Chase Sapphire Reserve bill. So I need to pay a total of $1,281. So let us do that. So I have to look back on the date. Actually, let's see here. The date that is due is of course on the same page. But that is the day that I'm going to pay it, not today. I'm trying to just pay things as they're due because that way the money stays in my account longer and can accrue interest. All right, so that's done. We can check that off our list. Next thing that we're gonna move on to is savings. So most of my savings are automatic, but we'll go through the one that isn't. So historically, my investments that I contribute to every month would go into this account automatically, but now that I am going part-time, I have stopped that because I will not necessarily have extra money to pay for it unless I work extra. So based on my base salary, I may not have the money to pay for it out of pocket based on my spending history. So it's highly variable, so I don't want it to be taken out automatically, but I'm still working full-time right now, so we are going to put some money in there. So we will go over to my brokerage account, and because I don't use this computer for like these transactions, I have to go verify that this is an authorized entry, so I'm gonna go get my phone. All right, now we are in the app, so we're gonna go to the brokerage account and we're gonna hit send money. The money is going to go into effectively a settlement fund, so that's basically an account that holds your money until you use it. There are, if you have mutual funds, you can contribute money directly into them, but I won't be contributing any money into a mutual fund today. I'm gonna buy a exchange traded fund. So I would like to purchase or transfer $458, and that is just a bare minimum amount that I have established. If you watch my 2022 money saving goals, then you'll see what I'm talking about. And then we're going to select the account that is coming from, so variable expenses. All right, so that's all set. We'll go back to that account and then we'll buy our exchange traded fund. So I have several exchange traded funds. I specifically made a video about my investment strategy, I suppose, for financial independence, and this is one of the accounts that I'm using to power my financial independence journey. So this is a taxable brokerage account, so the money is more accessible than say a 401k, 403b, or like a Roth IRA. So you can take money out of this at any point in time. You may or may not have to pay taxes based on if you made or lost money. I don't intend on taking money out of it anytime soon, but it's nice to have that ability. So I thought about this pre-hand, and since I'm just doing $400, I'm going to put it into one account. You can purchase specific amounts of each exchange traded fund or stocks. So say for instance you wanted to put $100 towards Apple, you could do that versus paying for the price of the share. I don't recall how much Apple share is going for right now, but now you can buy fractional shares versus in the past you could not, so that's nice. But I am thinking, yeah, I think I want to purchase some energy shares. So energy effectively just means a group of companies that specialize in energy production, so all of the oil and gas companies in particular. So we're just gonna hit buy, and we are going to enter dollars for how we're going to purchase that amount versus shares. Like you can select the shares. So currently the share price for this is $126, so I could put in, say, I think I could buy 3 shares with this, so it'd be 3 times $126. But since I want to use all the money that I just put in the account, I'm just gonna make it a dollar amount. So right now I had 34 cents in the account in addition to the $458 that I put in there. So we're gonna use all of that money to buy some shares. So it looks like I can purchase 3.6 shares with that amount of money. It is the weekend, so the stock market is not open. So this price may change when the stock market opens, but that's okay. So preview order. The order looks good. We're gonna hit submit and we bought some shares. So it's relatively easy once you get going. Someone had asked me to make a video about how to invest in stocks, which I plan on doing, but that was just a primer in buying stocks. All right, so we're done there. Let's see what else we have on the list to do. In terms of my sinking fund goals, those are also included in my 2023 money goals. So those are travel, my Roth IRA, and my annual fee. The annual fee is for the Chase Sapphire Reserve. It goes into the travel account, but I have it separated out just so I know like what's for what. But it is automatic, but I just changed the account that it comes out of. So now it's coming out of my variable account, and it used to come out of another account. But since I just put it in this account, I'm going to make sure that the transfers are set up appropriately. I'm just going to log into my bank account and do that. Okay, so I see the travel amount is listed there, and the annual fee is already accounted for. So now I just need to check my Roth IRA sinking fund, which is in a different account. So let's do that. All right, I see the pending transaction for the Roth IRA sinking fund amount. So we're good there. So all of my savings and investments are accounted for this paycheck. Now we are going to do a little transferring. So we're going to transfer some money to the luxury account. So transfer, and I linked the majority of my accounts from or between each other are the ones that I, take money out of one to most likely. So I link my sinking funds savings accounts to my checking accounts because that's usually where I am going back and forth. So we will transfer from the variable savings account or variable checking account to the luxury account, and we're going to transfer, let's see, we're going to transfer $1,185 to that account. And we are gonna do that. We can do that now for today because the money is in my account, and then I'll start earning interest on that tomorrow. So that's lovely. Then I also wanted to make another transfer while I'm here in this account. Actually, we have a couple more transfers to do in this particular bank. So I have been selling some stuff on eBay, so I wanted to transfer that money that I made into this luxury account. So let us see here if this is even linked. So I have $346 of money that I made from selling things, and I know that because I have a specific account for it. I have specific accounts for a lot of things just for like delineation and to help me stay organized. So I am going to see if I can transfer this money. Not every account is linked 100% to each account because a few of the banks have like limits on how many accounts you can attach, and I have a ton of accounts. Like I think one of them has a limit of 3, one of them has a limit of 4, so I'm not sure what this is linked to. All right, there is a account linked to that particular bank. It's not the right account, but once the money gets to the account, I will just transfer it over to the right account. So we're going to transfer from that account to my other bank. We're going to do that transfer today because in the opposite way of how I try to delay paying my credit card bills until they're due so I can get interest, I'd like to get this money into a savings account. It is currently in a savings account. Actually, no, it's not. It's in a checking account. So I want to get it over to a savings account so I can start earning interest as soon as possible. So we're going to transfer the full balance, which was, what did I say again? 346.48. Double checking that that is the right amount. So I don't want to overdraw my bank account. I'm not sure that it would allow you to. Okay guys, so my camera died. Normally, I'm not sure how long this normally takes. I normally do it like, as things come up during the week on my own time. In fact, I don't even do this like sitting at a desk. I usually do it on my phone, in the car, usually the parking lot at work, or in my bed with my laptop. So I've been doing this here for a minute, so my camera died, of course, but I think I left off with the transfers to my luxury account. So I believe I was saying $346 to the luxury account. That was from the items I sold, and then I made the $10,000 transfer for the $100 bonus that the account was offering for transferring $10,000. And I don't know if I mentioned where I got that $10,000 from, but it was basically already in that account. That is the half of my emergency fund. So I transferred it out a few days ago, and then I transferred it back in. Because I did not have $10,000 of extra money just laying around to put into that account. So, you know, I kind of like cheated the system there, but you know, there's no reason that I can't earn $100 when these banks are earning billions of dollars. So that's my rationale for that. So I think we are all done in terms of everything that I had to do, and I am very happy. I've been waiting to do this for a minute because I wanted to filming with you guys. Normally I try to do this ASAP, as soon as possible. Literally as soon as the money hits my account, I am transferring and paying bills and like getting everything in order. So that is just a snapshot of what I do in terms of getting my finances together for month to month. In terms of what I do daily, I do check my accounts daily. I use Mint, and that is an aggregate, and there we go. An aggregate of all my accounts, so I can see day to day how they're changing. And it's not necessarily that I have much going on, it's just more for security reasons, to make sure nothing is going on that I hadn't already planned, and then to get an idea of how my finances are on the daily. Sometimes I don't do it daily, sometimes I do it maybe every other day, depends on what's going on in my life, but I do check it like minimum once a week, depending on how I'm feeling. So yes, I am always doing something financially related, either reading about finance, checking on my own finances, making plans for future finances. Like, I am definitely that kind of person. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this routine. Do you do something similar for yourselves or what? I mean, I'm not sure how people do this actually. I have watched a few, you know, paycheck routines and whatnot. So, but then that was months ago, so I have no idea what they did actually. But yeah, this is what I do. So let me know what you guys do so we can chat about it in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.